Problem: I want to shoot better clothing photos for eBay, but I have a small budget and not a lot of space. Solution: in this video, I will provide a complete list of what you need to build a functional photo setup that fits tight budgets and tight spaces. Today, we're gonna go from this to this without breaking the bank.
Don't worry, my YouTube peeps. This guy right here knows what's up. It's how he can afford to buy me a new hat.
Well, thanks, broski. I'm glad you like it.
To tell you the truth, I'm just trying to save a horse.
I don't get it. What do you mean?
This guy, big and rich, 2004, save a horse, ride a cowboy. That jam slaps. It's for the ladies, bruh. Never mind, you lame.
Whatever, dude. Let's move on. For the skeptics and haters, let's get something out of the way quickly. You can easily shoot on the floor, inside a light box, or on a table. However, what I'm trying to do is show you how to build a photo area that takes up a minimal amount of space, makes the pics look consistently great, and more importantly, helps you with efficiency. Time is always the most important factor to consider when shooting pics, because the longer it takes, the less you will make. Stay until the end to see the full setup, use, and breakdown. Take a quick glance at the list of items you need to build this game-changing setup. I have all of the affiliate links down below on the buy list for your convenience and for me to make money to help run the channel. So go ahead and click down there and buy them from there. We got light bulbs 5500K or closest, light bulb splitter, Pink Panther insulation board, background fabric, fabric spray adhesive, eye bolts, line to hang, a top hanger and a bottom hanger, and a box cutter, or what we call scary knife. You'll see why I called it that later. The first thing you will need to get is the Pink Panther insulation board. It doesn't need to be this brand, but I do recommend this thickness. It will be labeled R5 insulation, which is 1 inch thick. And a pro tip: don't skimp out and buy the flimsy board because you'll end up breaking or creasing it.
Yeah, no one wants a flimsy one.
Ain't that the truth, bro? If you have a smaller vehicle, you will have to cut the board in store to make it fit for travel. Make sure you take scary knife to do that.
Why do you call it scary knife, you wuss?
I don't call it that. My girl does. She calls it that because it's a super sharp knife and can be scary to use when you're working. If you miss, you can really hurt yourself.
Bet.
What I did in store was cut the 8 foot by 4 foot board in half, leaving me with 2 pieces measuring 8 feet by 2 feet. Once I got home, I cut the board again at the bottom to the height of the shelf, properly leaned at an angle. Remember, measure twice and cut once. Next, you have to cut the fabric to size. In my case, I purchased fabric that measured 3 yards by 54 inches and trimmed it accordingly. As a pro tip, always use a good pair of shears so you don't cut it all wonky. I'm a big believer in good tools. If you get tools, you're gonna pay the price later. Once you've cut the fabric to size, it's time to glue it onto the board. Use the spray adhesive to do that. It is a simple spray adhesive, but this one comes recommended from a Hollywood theater professional after years and years of use. Again, don't skimp out, just use the good one. It will last way longer. The links to all these products are down below, so click there and buy them from there. Now that you have your great looking background, you need to light this sucker. Use the bulbs recommended on the buy list and replace whatever bulbs you have on your top lighting. Most people will have a fan or something similar. If you have a fan, you will probably have 3 or 4 sockets. You will now add additional lighting by using the twin socket holder. Replace the normal socket with the splitter and add the bulbs. You should really only add the splitter in the socket that points towards the background. The reason you don't want to add splitters to all the sockets is because too much light washes out the photos, meaning they'll look too bright. They're gonna look ugly. Also, most fans or top lighting have a maximum amount of wattage they can take before tripping your electrical panel or burning your house down.
I remember you telling me about your childhood home burning down when you were younger.
Yeah, it was, I think, in the early 2000s. And it was brutal. I lost all my personal effects. But on the plus side, everyone was okay and no one died.
Well, that's good.
You now have to add just one more light right above the shooting area. This light helps get rid of most shadows in the background. Screw in the eye bolt to the ceiling just at the right spot and hang the clamp work light. Use the same bulb you used on the top lighting so as not to change the color of your item. Pro tip: don't mix lighting because if the warmth changes, it will f the colors of the photos. You don't want to do that. Now that you have all of the lighting set up, you need to place your line and hang your items. You can use fishing line or whatever kind of line you want, but I like this kind of string. I prefer this one because the other is hard to see. The final things you need are a good top hanger, preferably wood, for the tops of shirts, and a bottom hanger ready with the nice looking pinchers. And that's it. You have just built a setup worthy of 6-figure sales without the bad posture and lighting. This budget-friendly background will fit most small spaces and storage right behind your door. But before you leave, check out how fast it is to set up and take down. Let me show you a full run without stopping or any deceptive editing. All right, let's get the party started. Just so you know, I will be fast forwarding to a couple of places because I don't want you guys to sit through silence and I don't want to talk to the whole 4 minutes. First off, you got to build your phone. This lanyard that I bought on Amazon is awesome. It's going to be in the buy list below. You put the little plastic thing between your phone and your phone holder. You wear the lanyard, or you connect the lanyard and then you wear it as a messenger. You don't put it just over your neck because then it's going to be too heavy and trust me, it's going to hurt. And for those dudes that are using it, be careful with your nuts because trust me, I've hit myself plenty of times. It's not fun. Once you move your door stopper, whatever's holding the door open, you take your panel out, you take your background out, go to the place where you set up, open it up, and set it up to where almost to the top or wherever the string is going to hang at the appropriate location. Now, before we go on to this, before I explain anything else, look at the top right-hand side. There's 2 little yellow dots. Those are pins. I use those pins when I have slinky items that don't want to stay. This is why I said don't buy the flimsy board. If you bought anything smaller than 1 inch, it's going to go through. There's going to be a hazard always on the back. You're going to poke yourself. You're going to poke the shelf. It's unnecessary. So just buy the 1 inch one. This is why I say what I say. Now you have to take all the pictures. Mostly me, it's front, pocket, or anything special that it has. The buttons, maybe. You do sizing, of course, the tag at the bottom to see what it is. And I'm not going to go through the rest of it because the next video that I'm going to shoot, you guys are going to be waiting for, it's going to be on how to use this setup ultra efficiently. On average, it takes me about 2.5 minutes to shoot 1 garment of clothing. Now you set it up on the table, you fold it properly. By properly means that when I finish folding this and I turn it over, it's gonna look really pretty. And the reason you do that, or as pretty as you can, the reason you do that is because it's gonna go in the bag. First off, you lick your fingers like an asshole to open the bag. And then you are gonna put your item on the bag. By the way, don't lick your fingers like that. I was just kidding. Don't do that, that's nasty. So that shirt is going to go in the bag. That bag is going to be sealed. There is really no reason to open the bag after that unless somebody asks for a measurement. So the reason that you leave it like this is because that's the way you're going to ship it out. You don't want to be messing with anything that's just going to take more time. So you tape it and you're pretty much done after you put this inventory sticker, whatever inventory sticker you have or whatever you use for inventory, you have to label it and then you put it away. It's as simple as that. Now let me show you how easy it is to take down. Grab your hanger, put it wherever you're going to put it, fold it in, move your door stopper again, and then put it behind the door. What I do recommend is you put something heavy that it's going to hold it because sometimes with the air, when you open the door, it'll fall and then you're going to lock yourself out. And that's it. If you found value in this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. It really does help the channel. And of course, share this video with whomever you think would benefit from watching. I'm Damian and this is Bruce. We are always here to serve you. Now get to it and have the best day. And cheers. Cheers, broski.